Hello and welcome. In today's class, vectors. In previous class, we have discussed the meaning of vectors, types of vectors, and in today's class, we will discuss the vector addition, law of triangle, law of parallelogram, law of polygon, and after that, we will discuss resultant vector magnitude and direction calculation, and in the end of the section we have some numericals based on vectors. Let's see vector addition. Addition of vectors. First law is triangle law of vector addition, and its statement is if two vectors are acting at a point are represented in magnitude and direction by the two sides of a triangle taken in one order, then the resultant is represented by the third side taken in opposite order. So this is the law of triangle. Once again the statement, if two vectors acting at a point are represented in magnitude and direction by two sides of a triangle taken in one order, then the resultant is represented by the third side taken in opposite order. Consider two vectors A and B. Now represent A and B as a two sides of a triangle taken in same order. Then as per law, the third side if we have A and B vectors as a two sides of triangle, the resultant is given by third side taken in opposite order. So if A vector and B vector are taken in same order, the resultant is third side. So we can write R is equal to A plus B. This is the law of triangle of vector addition. Now second law is law of parallelogram. Its statement is if two vectors acting at a point are represented in magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, the statement is if two vectors acting at a point are represented in magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by the diagonal of the parallelogram drawn from the same point. Very simple. If you have two vectors, say vector A and vector B, this parallelogram say this point is O, this point is A, this point is B, this point is C. So the resultant vector is this as per law of parallelogram. So this is the law of parallelogram. Once again, if you have two vectors acting at a point, then we can represent these two as a adjacent sides of parallelogram. Now construct a parallelogram. And the resultant is this. Take point, say O, A, B, C. In this figure, OC is resultant of OB vector plus BC vector. In this case, BO is the resultant of BC vector plus CO vector. So this is the statement of law of parallelogram. The third law of vector addition is polygon law of vectors. It states that if numbers of vectors acting at a point are represented by the various sides of an open polygon taken in same order, the resultant is represented by the closing side of polygon taken in opposite order. This is the law of polygon. For example, if we have A vector, B vector and C vector, so we can construct a polygon by using these three vectors taken in same order like this: one vector, B vector and C vector, and the third last side is resultant of all these vectors. If this vector is A, this vector is B, this vector is C, so by law of polygon, the resultant of vector A, B and C is vector R. So we can write R vector as A vector plus B vector plus C vector. This is the law of polygon of vectors. Properties of vector addition. The first property is commutative, that is vector A plus B vector is equal to vector B plus A. This is commutative property of vector addition. Means if we take two vectors, vector A and vector B, if we take upper triangle, so resultant is B plus A, and if we take lower triangle, resultant is A plus B. So that shows here the vector addition is commutative. Next property is vector addition is associative. It means vector A plus vector B plus vector C is equal to vector A plus in bracket vector B plus vector C. Consider A vector, consider B vector. Let the resultant is A plus B. Now consider C vector and the resultant is this. So resultant is A plus B plus C. Here we add A and B first, then we add C. So resultant is A plus B plus C. Now take B and C vector first. Resultant of B and C is B plus C. If we take A vector, so the resultant of A and this is A plus B plus C. So this shows here the vector laws are associative in nature. The third property is vector addition is distributive. That is, if we multiply any number with a plus b, then we will get ma plus mb. Similarly, if we have any vector a in 3-dimensional, so we can write this as a ax, this as a ay, and this as a az. So in vector form we can write a vector as a ax vector plus ay vector plus az vector. So we can write any vector a in 3-dimensional as a ax plus ay plus az. So in 2 dimension we can write vector a as a ax vector plus ay vector. Ax is equal to ax component I cap plus ay component j cap. So this is the vector representation of a vector in xy plane. And what is ax and ay here? Ax is equal to a cos theta, so we can write here ay as a sin theta and j cap. Here I cap and j cap are the unit vectors along x axis and y axis. Since vector a has both magnitude and direction, so its magnitude is given by ax square plus ay square, simple by Pythagoras. If base is ax, perpendicular is ay, so this hypotenuse is given as a ax square plus ay square. Or we can say if we square and add the two components, so we will get a square. And angle theta is given by tan theta is equal to perpendicular upon base. So by two components, perpendicular and base component, we can obtain theta. So this is the way of calculating the magnitude and direction of a vector in a plane. For 3-dimensional vector, if you have any vector a, if it makes angle alpha with the x-axis, beta with the y-axis, and gamma with z-axis, so the direction cosines are cosines of vector a. So cos alpha is equal to ax by a, cos beta is equal to ay by a, and cos gamma is equal to az by a. And here cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. We know every vector has direction and its magnitude, so let's do some calculation to find the magnitude and direction of a resultant of a vectors. So we are pressing here law of triangle. Consider two vectors A and B. Vector A here, vector B here. Let angle between them is theta. To calculate the R, let's draw perpendicular from this point. Let triangle is K, L, M, and perpendicular here is MN. So in this triangle, the magnitude of KM is R, KL is A, LM is B, and theta is the angle between A and B vector. So our aim is to find resultant magnitude. So take in triangle LNM, sin theta is equal to MN by LM. So we can write MN as a LM sin theta. So it means B sin theta, and similarly cos theta is equal to ln by lm. So we can write ln as a lm cos theta. It means B cos theta. So ln is B cos theta and mn is B sin theta. So in triangle KNM, Km square is equal to Kn square plus Nm square. So Kn is A plus B cos theta square, Nm is B sin theta square. So after expanding we get A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, and here Km is R. So the resultant here is A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. So this is the formula of writing resultant of vector. So magnitude of vector R is given by A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta under root. Equation 1. Now direction. In triangle LNM, tan theta, for direction let it makes angle beta with the vector A. So in triangle KNM, tan beta is equal to Mn upon Kn. It is equal to B sin theta upon a plus b cos theta. So this is the formula of the resultant direction, and this is the formula of the resultant magnitude. Consider one more example. If we have any vector consider any two vectors, say t and m, and if they have angle theta between them, so the resultant of these two vector is say r. It makes angle beta with the t. So the resultant magnitude is given by the formula t square plus m square 2tm tm cos theta, and direction is given by tan beta is equal to m sin theta and t plus m cos theta. So these are two formula for finding the resultant direction and magnitude in vectors. Now let's do some numericals. Question 1. Find unit vector in the direction of 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap. So first, understand the meaning of unit vector. A vector A is said to be a unit vector if it has this formula. So for any unit vector, this formula is applicable. So a cap is equal to vector A upon mod of vector A. So if I take this vector as a vector, so 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap, and if I take mod of this vector, so it is equal to a square means 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square. So it is equal to, so the answer is 4 plus 9 plus 16, it means root 29. So unit vector A is a vector upon mod a vector, so it is equal to 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap upon root 29. Question number 2 is find the unit vector in the direction of the sum of the vectors A, that is equal to 2i cap plus 2j cap minus 5k cap, and B vector 2i cap plus j cap plus 3k cap. So first we need to calculate sum of A and B vector. The sum of A and B vector is, if we add, so A vector is 2i plus 2j minus 5k, and B vector is 2i cap plus j cap plus 3k cap. If we add, our answer is 2 plus 2, 4i cap, 2 plus 1, 3j cap, and minus 2k cap. So let this vector is C vector. So C vector is a vector that is equal to sum of A and B vector. Now unit vector of C is C cap, and the formula is C vector upon mod of C vector. So it is equal to 4i cap plus 3j cap minus 2k cap upon the mod is given by the formula 4 square plus 3 square plus minus 2 whole square, it is equal to 4I cap plus 3j cap minus 2k cap upon root 29. So this is the answer of question number 2. Now next question is, write the direction ratios of vector r that is equal to I cap plus j cap minus 2k cap, and hence calculate its direction cosines. Coordinates of point is P is x, y, z. Here alpha, beta, gamma are known as direction angles. Cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are known as direction cosines. We can use letter L, M or N for direction cosines. If we draw perpendiculars from point P on x-axis, y-axis and z-axis respectively, so projections are x, y and z. So we can define cos alpha, it is equal to L, is equal to x by r. Similarly, M is equal to cos beta is equal to y by r, and N is equal to z by r. So the coordinate of point P is LR, MR and NR, and these are known as direction ratio of vector r. Now back to question. For question, r is equal to I plus j minus 2k. Here a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1 and c is equal to minus 2. So magnitude of r vector is equal to 1 square plus 1 square plus minus 2 whole square is equal to root 6. So therefore direction cosines are L is equal to A upon R mod, means 1 upon root 6. Similarly, M is equal to B upon R, it is equal to 1 upon root 6, and N is equal to C upon mod R, it is equal to minus 2 upon root 6. So direction cosines are 1 by root 6, 1 by root 6 and minus 2 by root 6. So these are direction cosines. So thank you, stay safe, stay inside, keep watching and happy learning.